Okay, caregivers, here's one that you might feel familiar with, or maybe it's something that you've experienced too, but long story long, when I was 15, I was dating a guy who worked at a chiropractor's office, like in their front office, answering phones and stuff. And so, I'd go see him after school and stuff, and, he'd pick me up and yada yada. And so eventually I just went and had an appointment, and I found out through that I had scoliosis. And again, I'm like 15, 16. And at the time they wanted to put rods up and down my spine. And, as a badass 15-year-old, no, I'm not going to look like Polio Joe walking down the hallway. It's already awkward enough in life. So I vehemently refused, and as a result, had a care plan. So, ages 16, 17, 18, I'm going to pain med clinics alongside junkies who are just looking for opioids, and I'm there genuinely trying to get fixed and believing that I can be fixed, and getting steroid injections up and down both sides of my spinal column, and doing ultrasound and biofeedback and trigger point therapy, and you fucking name it in life, and I assure you that I have tried it. Infrared, every fucking supplement known to man, in combination, not in combination. I have looked at peer-reviewed journals. I have done exercises. I have tried. I have fucking tried. But it's structural. My bones aren't where they're supposed to be. And over the years, I'm sure that it has led to a lot of other medical complications, and to this life where therapists tell me that I have medical trauma. And really, it just means I don't trust the fucking system, because it's never worked for me. Every time someone's had a promise or a plan or something that's gonna fucking work, it's either not manageable, it's too expensive, it doesn't feel good first, it hurts. So here it is, caregivers. I have scoliosis, I have a back problem, I have multiple sclerosis, and I threw my back out a couple weeks ago. And I suffered for a couple weeks, and then I went and got a prescription for a steroid, try to get the inflammation down, and made an appointment with a chiropractor, and I went and saw the chiropractor, and she's lovely, and I think that she has the best intention, and I want to fucking believe her. That's the hardest thing, is I want somebody who believes that I can feel good, because I've never believed it. And honestly, the thought of feeling good now is scarier than the thought of just feeling the way that I feel, because I know this feeling. I know how fucked up it is, or it's gonna feel. So, sharing that really long story to say, I sat in that chiropractor's office, and she shared her care plan and all the things that she wants to do to help me feel better, and her belief in her ability to do it, and then shared with me how much it's going to cost. And the first thing I thought is, I can't afford to take care of myself. I have to take care of my husband. I have to take care of our bills. I'm not worth it. Not worth that. that amount of money that if they slid that across the table and it was for him, I would not even question it. I'd sell something. I'd I'd figure it out. But for me, not worth it. It's easier to just be broken. And so I left there, and I honestly am thinking to myself, like, the one thing I've never, ever done, the one thing I've never tried. Well, let me put this in context. When I go to the chiropractor's office, they're playing gospel and, religious music. And there's Jesus and Christianity symbolism everywhere. And it's almost like that's my sign, because the one thing I haven't ever done is prayed on it. I've never asked God to be healed. I've never talked to Jesus about wanting to feel better. So for all of you that cry, I cried. I cried in her office. I cried unapologetically. I don't think I make it to a single doctor's appointment anymore without fucking crying about something. Because my pain is just such a big part of my life. It is my emotions. And when you're sitting there staring at a 23-degree curve in your spine, and you've known it this whole time, and you don't talk about it, you don't complain about it, you don't fuss about it. The secretary or, front office staff, when I was leaving, she looked at me and she said, "Tell yourself every morning, I deserve this. I deserve to feel good." And again, I'm going to say it's a sign from God, because they all keep pointing to the stuff that I want to hear, that I feel like I need to know. So, anyways, caregivers, that was a really long rant to say, I get it. We all spend so much time in fucking offices, phone calls, in hospital rooms, dealing with billing, and it's exhausting. The last thing you want to do is do it all for yourself. But fuck if I can be the person out here telling everybody else to take care of themselves and then being like, nah, I don't like your care plan. I'd prefer to feel like shit. Thank you. All right, that's when my therapist told me to ask myself, am I willing to keep suffering? And the amount of times I say yes is really desperate. So I'm going to pray on it. Maybe y'all can pray with me. Share back some of your stories, what happens to you when you go to the doctor's office. Even the fucking dentist. All right. Take care and be well.